What's crazy is it's been a good 5 months of football. This season has been one of the most unbelievable and entertaining NFL seasons we've seen in a while. And just like that, on Sunday night, it all comes to an end. One team will be victorious. Will it be the LA Rams or the Cincinnati Bengals? Obviously, my final prediction video of the year. Let's get to the show.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is poppin', y'all? It's your man, Cloudboy Bells, and welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports, where we finally make our final prediction on the NFL season. It's crazy just to think about it. I mean, we started in August predicting what we thought was going to happen. And honestly, I don't think anybody had either the Cincinnati Bengals or the Los Angeles Rams even making the Super Bowl. In fact, going against each other in a Super Bowl. I don't think anybody saw this matchup coming. It's been a crazy ride for a lot of reasons. One, we saw lots of teams get exposed. We saw lots of teams failing. We saw lots of surprises. And honestly, we just saw things go after things. I mean, it's been crazy to see where teams started and where teams ended for a span of 5 months. And I really can't wait to see what happens, because this is a matchup that I actually am intrigued to watch. I mean, what a Super Bowl. I mean, no Tom Brady. I mean, he's retired. I mean, I hope he doesn't come back, but he's retired. So, and he is not in the Super Bowl anymore, so at least that's a good thing. There's no Kansas City Chiefs, which is another good thing. And sadly, the Packers didn't make another Super Bowl, but I'm just going to be optimistic about this because the Bucs are still world champions. Don't forget about that. Anyways, before we get to my prediction, let's talk about how these two teams got here. So let's start this thing off with, well, even though they are going to be wearing the home jerseys, this isn't technically an away game for them. We're going to start talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. It's how they got here. So, in 2020, the 2020 NFL Draft, the first overall pick, the Cincinnati Bengals picked Joe Burrow. His first season, he tore his ACL. And he came back this next season with a poise. They didn't draft a lineman. Everyone was saying that they need people to protect Joe Burrow since Cincinnati's offensive line was ranked the worst in the league. Instead, they draft his college companion, wide receiver Jamar Chase, who likely will be winning Rookie of the Year this year due to his season. But the thing about the Bengals is, I don't have to call them the Bungles anymore. Joe Burrow is the next Tom Brady. I know it's a crazy claim, but that's how I feel. He has such pocket presence. He is so comfortable in the pocket. He makes plays. And I'm really excited to see where Joe Burrow goes from here. Obviously, next year, I'd really love to see them draft some linemen. I mean, they're going to draft linemen, and their line is going to get a lot better. They already have a top-tier offense. Looking at it, you have Joe Mixon in your backfield. You have Jamar Chase, who's really showed that he can be good. T. Higgins is probably another unbelievable number 2 option. Tyler Boyd also was great. And also a very underrated tight end in C.J. Uzomah. They have a very good offense. And Joe Burrow has so much that he can work with. They ended the season on a 10-7 record. However, they were really, in the second half of the season, there were some games that they really could have won in the first half of the season, but this was a team that just kept fighting. They demolished teams. I mean, Joe Burrow put up 500 passing yards even in one game. And I was like sitting there like, oh, the Bengals, they might actually do something. They beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Now I'm like, okay, the Bengals are actually a legitimate team. So then in the playoffs, as we look at it, they beat the Raiders in a close game. Then they beat the Titans on the road. Big, huge win with the defense coming up clutch. Also, their defense, maybe not the greatest defense. However, they do have some guys that can make plays like Jesse Bates and Ogunjobi. And like some guys like that can do. And Trey Hendrickson, they got some guys. But the thing is, they were able to get in there. And then they went into Kansas City and beat them in overtime to go to the Super Bowl for the first time in 30 years. They have not been to Super Bowl since then. They ended up losing to, I believe, the 49ers and Joe Montana. So that's how that works. And just like that, I'm so happy for Joe Burrow because I'm a fan of the guy. I was rooting him on for LSU. I wanted LSU to win the thing. And I've always been a fan of him. I really want to see how he does. And I think, he has got a huge future in the NFL. I mean, the fact is, no one thought the Cincinnati Bengals, a team that was supposed to finish last in the division this year, would win the division, make the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl. This says comeback player of the year right there in Joe Burrow. This is unbelievable how he was able to come back from an ACL injury and lead a team that no one thought was going to have any chance at a Super Bowl to that. That's how crazy the season has been for the Bengals. Now, all right, other team, the Los Angeles Rams. The big news came right before Super Bowl 55 that Matthew Stafford was going to be traded for the Detroit Lions for Jared Goff to the Rams. So Jared Goff traded. So basically they swapped teams. So I'm sitting there like, this is actually a win. I said that to my friends when I was sitting there. I said that Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. He's now going to be on a great team. He wasted his entire career on Detroit, knowing Detroit was going to not get him anywhere. And basically, this move to the Rams really showed that. Because they beat the Bucs in early in the season, and they were winning some really good games. This team was really looking like they were dominant. Now, the second half of the season, they were looking good. The problem was, they were slipping a little bit. Yes, their defense, I can say, is a little bit overrated. I've said the Rams are the most overrated team in football because they were building this super team and they were trying to be good. They already got Aaron Donald. They already got Jalen Ramsey. Darius Williams is out a good corner who's really coming on. Leonard Floyd. They have one of the best defenses. And then they go get Von Miller. How did this happen? Now, looking at their offense, their running game is average. I mean, Cam Akers, he tears his Achilles and comes back, and now he's playing at a Super Bowl. I mean, kudos to the doctors that were treating him. I mean, come on, that's insane. I mean, who knew he was even going to play anymore? Yeah, but I can't believe, and Cooper Kupp, what a season that he's having. I mean, the dude just could not be stopped. And then they get Odell Beckham Jr. in a trade. So you already got top receivers. Now, I'm not saying Matthew Stafford is a star quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but not a star. And honestly, as I've said many times, without Cooper Kupp, Stafford just doesn't really seem to have it. Now, you got two top wide receivers. Van Jefferson also is looking pretty good. They did lose Robert Woods, but imagine if Robert Woods was there. I think that would just be so much. Now, then you had a slot receiver that can just do so much. The thing is, the Rams are very loaded, and they got to the Super Bowl because of how much offensive power that they've had. Looking at the way that they got here, they ended up destroying the Arizona Cardinals in the wild card round. Now, let's be honest, Arizona just shouldn't have been in the playoffs. Everyone knew that. They just were so overrated. Now Kyler Murray is being a little baby and wants out, and I don't know. And then they ended up going on the road, Tampa Bay, and beating the Bucs on the road. Huge win. Tampa Bay almost came back and won that game, but Cooper Kupp came in clutch. Rams ended up winning, eliminating Brady. Huge win for Stafford. Then, at home, they had to face 49ers, a team that the Rams have not beat in 7 games, or something like that. Which was embarrassing to even think about. They haven't beat the 49ers in 7 games. When I look at the Rams, yeah, that team's going to be... They're starting to really smoke. And this game ended up becoming clutch because, and then Eric Weddle. Yeah, Eric Weddle coming out of retirement? Really? How did that happen? When I look at this matchup, it's going to be great. And it's hard to believe that when I watched Matthew Stafford play against the Packers, I wanted him to do good. He never got the chances, and with this team, he has the chances. And I'm so happy for Stafford. Really I am. I want him to do well. And I want Joe Burrow to do well. So those are how the two teams got here. So, of course, I had to talk a lot about because this has been a long season. But, of course, my final prediction. So, I think this game is going to be a wire-to-wire fought-out competition. I feel like the defense is going to do well. The Rams, however, Joe Burrow, as comfortable as he is, I think can do things and get things done. I can't believe I'm saying this. Now, everyone's sitting there pick the Rams, pick the Rams. Just do it, And if the Rams won, I give the MVP to Aaron Donald. I'm just going to be honest with you. But the thing is, the defense, it really depends on, I think, who can come up clutch in the end. From what I've seen from Joe Burrow, I think he's the guy. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the Super Bowl. Why? Because this season has proved and told us that anything can happen. And for the city of Cincinnati, I am going to root for the Bengals. I want to see Joe Burrow do well. I'm excited to see how he does, and that's that. So I'll say if I had to pick a final score, I say that they will win 27-24. It'll be a close game, but the Bengals get it done in the end. And I think it's going to be a game-winning field goal by Evan McPherson. So that's that. If you like what you saw, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, do whatever, share, and as always, stay safe and be smart. If you like what you see, keep watching my videos. And as always, I'll just say go Pack Go, even though they're not in the Super Bowl. But that's that. Enjoy the Super Bowl, enjoy the weekend, have a blast with it, and of course be safe. Absolutely. So anyways, take care, enjoy the Super Bowl, we'll see you